Can you speak a little bit to what you had to go through to reach your success, and also would you label yourself as an entrepreneur?
I would definitely label myself as an entrepreneur. It was hard work and a little bit of luck. And I think that's kind of the formula for success in any business. Um, I've always been in the service industry, the restaurant business. I fell in love with it kind of right away. I love people, which I know is kind of cliche, but I love to be around people. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So I've met so many amazing people in my life that have helped me, and I've helped them in so many different ways. And I went to college, and I was going to college to do what I was already doing. So I never finished, but I got such a better education just being out there and learning from the best in the Rochester and working hard and being professional the whole time. And, again, a little bit of luck came my way, and I was able to achieve my dream of having my own place. And I still work hard every day. People are, oh, it's so nice to own your own business and this and that. It must be nice. It's nice, but it doesn't mean it's any less work. That's what a lot of people, I think, kind of don't see. They see me there and I'm socializing and, hey, how you doing? Good day and whatever. But they don't understand that every morning at 8 a.m. I'm there, doing all the back of the house stuff so that my employees get paid, so that my customers have a good time, so that, all those things happen. But at the end of the day, it's really just, you have to love what you do, and you work 7 days a week. There's no time off.
I think you're right about that misconception, and people forget we've all worked in businesses where there's been really poor management, and we recognize when you have good management and all the work that has to happen behind the scenes to make something successful. But speaking of that as well, how did you handle being a co-owner of a business during COVID?
It really, it brought out that entrepreneur in me. It really brought out that, like, failure is not an option. It was really scary in the beginning because there was so much uncertainty. It was kind of like, okay, everybody shut your doors and stay home. And at first it was like, all right, this is cool. I get some time off to, like, hang out with my kids and be at home. And after about a week, I was like, okay, so what's going on? Because I still have bills to pay. And that's when, again, that entrepreneurship kicked in, and it was like, all right, you say we can, excuse me, only do to-go food. Well, then we're going to do to-go food, and we're going to put signs in the windows, and we're going to go on social media, and we're going to say, hey, we're open, we have food, you're at home, we'll bring it to you, that whole thing. And it pulls that drive back out of you, because it is a little easy to get comfortable. And during COVID, it, like I said, it kind of pulled it back out of me of like, okay, I need to keep my business alive, I need to stay relevant, I need to not be one of the unfortunate places that couldn't do it and just said, I'm just going to close my doors and take my loss. And it's been fun. That was never, ever a thought in me or my partner's mind at all. It was like, okay, what can we do to keep money coming in, stay relevant, more importantly, stay relevant, and provide what we created for the people? Because it's not just about making money. People genuinely need places like the pub or any sort of social place, from a mental health aspect. They need to be out, they need to be around people. So it really just kind of lit that fire again inside of me to say, do what you got to do.
That's a really great mindset to have. So for people who don't necessarily know where to get started, what advice would you have? What advice would you give people who would like to own their own business? Like, how can they get in that entrepreneur mindset or get that drive?
If you want your own business, I feel like there's a couple things. A, you have to be humble. You don't know everything. So don't be afraid to go to the people who do know. Like, I'm not an accountant, so I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend like I'm an accountant. Get yourself a lawyer, get yourself an accountant, get yourself the people that you need to start the business and talk to people who have done it. You know, my success is a lot in part because I teamed up with people who already knew the things that I didn't know. I can run a restaurant or a bar or whatever all day, but I don't know about, I'm not an electrician. You know, I'm not a HVAC guy. You have to really, really want it. So I wouldn't recommend starting a business because you think it's cool. Starting a business because it's a trend right now. You know, you have to do it because you love it. You really do. And that's probably the most important thing to me. It's like, I started this business because I love it. And I knew that I could do this every day for the rest of my life. I'm not going to get tired of it. And it's not about money. You know, the pub was more about creating a space for everybody. And that's something that I still, to this day, when I have conversations with people, it's been 5 years now, that's still the number one thing. It's like, I created the pub because I was going out to different bars in Rochester, and as great as they all are, they were missing something that I felt I could bring to the table, which is a place that was for everybody. It's not, you know, so fancy that you feel uncomfortable, and it's not a, you know, hole in the wall where you feel uncomfortable. It's just some place where you can come and be relaxed. So you have to have your vision, and you really have to work hard towards it. And it's constant. And you're not going to make it overnight. You know, you really have to you have to want it.
And like you said, like you're constantly working hard. It's 7 days a week. So how do you balance like your personal life with your business life? So what does your work-life balance look like for you typically?
Well, my children are number one. So, you know, when we first opened, it was absolutely, you know, 7 days a week, all the time. And then once, you know, we kind of evened out to the point where I could take a step back, I made sure that, you know, there are days where I don't think about the pub. You know, it's always there. As long as I have a cell phone, it's always there. But, you know, these are the days where I'm with my children. They have 100% of my focus. It's about me and them. And I need that. I realized I need that, you know, because they ground me, you know, it's an escape from all the stresses that come with being an owner. And it's really, I just had to say, this is it. Like, it's their time. And you have to do that, period. I think everyone kind of does that, you know, you work 5 days a week and you get your weekends or whatever. But it's a matter of just saying, at the end of the day, I'm not going to burn myself out. I'm no good to my children if I'm just working all the time. They could have all the toys and technology and all the things, but if they don't have their father at his core and that relationship, then it's not worth it. You know, I can make $20 million, but if my children hate me and don't know who their father is, that's not worth it. And that's really it. You know, they're most important, and you have to make time. You know, because someone like me or any entrepreneur, you get so involved in the business, and it's constant. You know, you wake up every day and there's always something. You have to be conscious to take a step back and enjoy the things that you're working so hard for. And my children appreciate it too. You know, when we do have that time together, it's not wasted time, you know.